Let me know if you can see it.
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay. So, firstly, thank you everyone for joining on a weekend and taking your time out to learn and upskill about Microsoft Copilot in Viva. As you might already have joined couple of sessions. So today, what I am going to talk about is before that, I'll quickly just thank the sponsors for the event, which is Pentara and Rapid Circle, for sponsoring this and so that attendees can engage, network, and then at the end of the day, we have a short quiz using which you can just earn any of these prizes. So I hope that you would stay till the end. Let me just go for today's agenda. Before that, I'll quickly cover a short introduction about myself. So I am Shrishti Shah and I work with Rapid Circle and I have almost about 7 years of experience. I started working on SharePoint and then from SharePoint to Power Platform to cloud and lot of engagements and offerings around Microsoft. I keep on working on that, and you can find me talking about good solutions and demonstrations about topics around Microsoft technology. And I do write blogs, which is not that frequent, but I do write them quickly to cover our topic. So when I say about Viva Engage or Viva Learning, probably for those of you who have not heard about Viva Engage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of the basics overview about what Viva Engage is, what functionalities, features it offers, how you can use Viva Engage to create your social network in your organization. Apart from that, what new capabilities in terms of Copilot, like is Copilot offering available for Viva Engage, or is Copilot offering available for Viva Learning, etc. So we're going to talk about that today. Before that, I'll quickly cover Viva Engage through some of these slides, and we'll also see Viva Engage, how that service looks like, how we can post, how we can make an announcement, what all are the different communities, etc. So, getting started with Viva Engage. Uh, Viva Engage is a platform, a service provided by Microsoft. This lies under Microsoft Employee Experience. So now, when I say employee experience, there is a Microsoft Viva suite. Previously, it used to call as Microsoft Employee Experience, wherein there were a couple of offerings like Connections, Viva, which was called as Yammer previously. Now it is renamed as Viva Engage, Viva Learning, and Viva Topics. These were few of the offerings which were part of Employee Experience. Now it is under Viva Suite. When we talk about employee experience, it is nothing but your Viva Suite. It offers lot of different capabilities. It is not just restricted to Viva Engage or Viva Connections. There are a lot of Viva things like Viva Goals, Viva Glint, Viva Amplify, Viva Engage, Viva Topics, and Viva Connections. And probably there are a few more which are Viva Sales, etc. So let's talk about what Viva Engage brings into, how Viva Engage is helpful. So Viva Engage brings together your leaders and co-workers across the organization. When I talk about this sentence, it is very theoretical, but when I just have to put it in a format wherein you can understand, so it is a platform wherein not just you as an employee of an organization, but your leaders, your managers, your reporting managers, like everyone from an organization will be part of Viva Engage. That is the social platform for your organization, wherein they can make announcements and they can keep their employees up to date. When I say up to date means, let's say for X project X, and a leader wants to just announce the revenue growth for the last quarter. So they can just take this up, and there is a specific leadership corner wherein you as an employee can follow leadership corner. This is something similar to other social platforms wherein you follow a particular community and then you will get the latest news and updates, whatever is posted by your leadership. That is what it is saying here. Now, Viva Engage is definitely built on Yammer. Now, previously, probably people would have heard about Yammer, Yammer communities. It is nothing new. This is just renamed as Viva Engage now. While the Yammer capabilities like communities, conversation, you can create your own community, you can join the community, you can post uh, conversations, you can answer queries, you can do all of those things right from Viva Engage. Now, how you as in a user can start leveraging this feature. So these are some of the features which you can directly go ahead and start using. One is connect. So now, if you have a passion, for example, let's say I am passionate about IoT, I am passionate about pets, any passion like baking, food, or social activities, you can follow those type of communities in your organization. So that is how you will connect with your like-minded people, and you can grow your network irrespective of whether you are working online, which is hybrid, or remotely or offline. So this is how you get the connection building, like you build your own professional network. Next, building communities that support business initiatives, shared interests, and diversity. So now, when we talk about a platform, support it should be inclusive, irrespective of who that employee is, what their passion is, or uh, irrespective of their culture, creed, they should feel inclusive, right? Hence, this platform provides you all those different kind of community where you can go ahead and put forward your points, you can showcase your interests, you can do and engage with your like-minded folks. So that is how you can build and connect. Also, you can spark conversation. So let's say when I talk about spark engagement or conversation, it is not just restricted to you are talking to your colleagues, you are talking to folks you know. It is also about you are connecting directly with the leaders, with the people who are at some position in organization. Either it can be leadership or it can be a different set of users whom you are not worked with at all. Maybe they inspire you for something, or you want to connect to them because they are doing some good work, or they also follow the passion which you follow. So that is how you can be inspired and you can start that conversation. So finally, who knows, you end up talking to them and you make a good ecosystem, good employee ecosystem in your network. Exchange. Now, it is not just for collaboration. You also have to understand that you can also put forward your uh, knowledge and experiences. And how you can do that? Probably in Viva Engage, there is a section called as answers, wherein there are a couple of questions or queries similar to, you can assume it as Stack Overflow, right? When you go to Stack Overflow, you see some of the questions or queries put forwarded by XYZ employee or user. And you, when you log in, if you know that particular answer, or if you are aware about the solution, then you just drop in that answer. So this same thing, same scenario is provided inside Viva Engage. When you go to the answers section, you'll find all the different questions. And if you have the correct solution, or you know that hey, this is how it should be done, then you can directly answer to their queries as well. And if not, maybe you are just seeing a couple of questions which you also have, and if someone has already responded, then you can also find the best response of that query. So that is how you can exchange knowledge and experiences as well. Now, activate. So you can activate people to contribute their experience and expertise in the similar fashion. Like they can add their contribution. They can start creating engaging posts. While either it can be querying or posting a question or anything. So this is a platform for end user to make them feel connected while they are working hybridly or remotely or offline or online. Coming next. So as we saw that how you as an end user can go ahead and start leveraging Viva Engage and what benefits you will be getting. After that, how you can do that? Like, yes, I know what I should do, but how I can do that? That is the question. So if you go to Viva Engage, you will find different sections. Like either you can start a discussion, you can ask a question, you can praise or you can recognize or give shout out or kudos to your employees or team. You can create a survey poll or article, etc. So now these are the different types of way in which you can share your uh, experiences or um, anything like whatever you want to feel like sharing. So there these sharing options are not just restricted to article discussion, etc., but as you can see, you can also praise someone. So equivalently, like whenever I'm asking question, it's fine, like I can just do that on teams as well. But here, as a community, you are not just asking that question or query to one particular team or channel, but you are opening this for your whole organization. So your blockage of work is not restricted. What happens is whenever you stumble upon some query, you either post it in a Teams channel or you tag a particular team. But what happens is whenever you post it into Teams, it is only for a set of users, the users who are part of the teams. Now, if you post this query into your community or on your Viva Engage, then this is anyone can answer it. Like your whole organization can see this query, and whoever knows it, yeah, you got that right, and they can just answer your solution to it. Apart from that, you can also praise someone. Like praising is a kind of, you are giving shout out for someone's good work, or if they have done some good activity or brought some change, you can do that by sending a praise so that they also feel motivated whenever they are working, um, and they feel energetic definitely because they have got praise from their line managers and everyone can see it as it is organization wide. Polls. So polls, I think we all know about forms. We ideally end up taking surveys using forms, etc. Now this gives you more visibility. This is similar to forms and surveys, but here you, if you want to just collate an idea that hey, whether this sounds a good idea, and you are taking a poll for an organization level, and this can be bringing in some change, or you are brainstorming about how this can be implemented at an org level, then no best place or platform than to create poll in your Viva Engage. As I already mentioned, what you can do, you can just create start discussion, you can raise a question, send a praise, or post a poll. And announcements, basically announcements are made by your leadership whenever they want to announce whole company regarding some of the any announcements for the organization. Either it can be a decision or a policy or some great news or team outing, etc. Articles are nothing but your blogs and newsletters. This is similar to your WordPress articles or your website articles. You can create your articles in Viva Engage as well, and they will have that inline formatting with your web parts like blogs, etc. So this stays similar to your other websites, wherein you go ahead and post articles. Also, if you would have known about LinkedIn articles, this is similar to that. Going ahead with the communities now, what I'm doing is I'm taking you through different sections of Viva Engage, wherein what Viva Engage is, how you can make the most of Viva Engage, what features Viva Engage offers, and then we will talk about how Copilot comes into the picture. So once you understand what Viva Engage is and this functionality, then it is the best time to add Copilot into it. Now, communities. Communities is nothing but, as I already mentioned, maybe there are few of the closed groups which follow some passion, and not just passion, it can be technical, non-technical, it can be anything. So as you can see from the screen, there are a few communities called as campaign, HR campaign, or sales campaign, or support team. So these communities are closed groups. But it is not just that you can't join that community, because let's say I'm working on SharePoint and I'm interested in joining an Azure community. Maybe you can go ahead and do that. That is why communities are in Viva Engage, wherein it not restricts your knowledge or technical group so that hey, you only have to work for SharePoint. No, if I want to stay up to date in what's going on in Azure, you can go ahead and join the community. Now, as soon as you send a request for the community, the admins will pull you in. So if that community is public community, then you will be already, once you click on join, you will be part of that community. But if that community is closed or private, so let's say there is a legal department or legal community wherein they discuss about the latest legal announcements going across each region by the government, etc. So now, probably, if you are not from the legal team, but you want to know that, hey, I am very curious about the legal updates or legal community, if you want to join that community, then maybe that is the private one. If you click on join, admins will receive your request. And if they verify and if they feel that, hey, okay, you can contribute to something, or if you want to learn something, then they will add you in. So these are the different types of communities like public and private. Publics are the one wherein you can directly join after clicking on join button, and privates are the one wherein admin has to approve you to for you to join. Coming to the next, you can also create your own community. It is not just like I have to join what is existing into your platform, but you can create your own community. It can be, you just have to go to Viva Engage. We'll see that in Viva Engage platform how you can create. As I already mentioned, there are different types of communities like public and private. This is already covered. Now, as an admin standpoint, or the Viva community admin, when I talk about admin, so each community is kind of a group wherein there are admins and members. So who manages this? Each community will have an admin and they can add members to it. Now, if it is a public one, you are already added as a member as soon as you click it on join. If that is a closed group like private, whenever you click on join, your admins will see this plus button. They can add you as a member so that you can now start following the updates for that community. So this is how a member is part of is getting initiated or is being part of that community. Going ahead, that was all about community wherein you can also post. So we'll see that in action. I don't want to go through the details only through slides. There is one more section which is storyline, and that is only and only created for you. So storylines are basically it is your profile. If you can see from the screen, this is the profile of Lydia, and she can see that all the storylines of people who she follows. So you not just join communities, but you can also follow few people. So let's say there are few stakeholders or customers which post some interesting details about um, anything which you are interested about and you follow those. So if you can see from the screen that Lydia follows some of the people. And whenever you follow few people, you can also start seeing their storylines whenever they post something, whenever they are announcing something. So you will see all their updates. And also this is the feed and this is the following, like who Lydia follows. So this is only a curated section for you as a user wherein you can just start creating content which is it is not restricted to a community. This is just for your preference. You are creating content and sharing it into your storylines as your storyline. Next is you can also, just like I mentioned, you can post on your storyline. It can be either your personal update, your or some milestones which you have achieved or anything in this way. Now when I talk about how it will be beneficial for you, so you are growing your personal network in terms of Viva platform. So how you are creating that network by following some of the people, by joining the communities, by answering to the queries, also by tagging few of the people and sharing them the updates. So this is how you are growing your network in Viva Engage. As I already mentioned in a couple of slides back, there is a curated section, just like how you saw that there was a section for storylines, which is only created for you as an end user. There is also a section for leadership, wherein this year all the company leaders will post the announcements. So whenever you go to Viva Engage, you will see a different section for leaders, wherein they can just drop in a poll. They can have ask me anything kind of sessions, wherein if you have any questions regarding your organization, you can directly ask your leadership right from the Viva Engage. Okay, let me go to Viva Engage before we come to the Copilot updates. Okay, so what we are going to do is this is my Teams. Okay, let me just go to the team section. So Viva Engage, you can find it in two places, either into your Teams. So all you have to do is just hit on the apps button and you have to search Viva Engage and you will land up straightly to this view wherein you see a elaborative view of Viva Engage. This is my home page. This is my profile. This is storyline which I was talking about. The the posts which I made, whom I am following, and who are the people who are following me. So followers and following section. All the activities which you have done for this for your personal profile, you will find it here. After storylines, you can also see communities. So these are the communities created organization wide. So you can't hide any communities so far. So whatever community is created, it can be either of private and public, as I mentioned, but there is no hidden community. So if I click on view more, you will see, click on add, sorry, all. Just let it load. So you'll find all the communities like this. And as soon as, let's say I'm interested about AI and ML, so if I hit on this, you just have to click on join button. Now let's say now this is no more redundant. So maybe there are a few technologies which are no more, it keeps on evolving. Probably previously, a few years back, there was SharePoint Space. Now there was a community created for SharePoint Space when people used to talk about the features, updates of SharePoint Space. Now this is no longer valid. So maybe you can leave the community as well. You can update the community admin for that group. So this is the membership area wherein if you can click on add, you see that Shushti is the admin for the community. And if I just add Megan, should see it. But if you just add any user, and then maybe you can just promote them as an admin, or you can keep them as a member as well. So you can have multiple admins, but there may be multiple members as well. So this is how the community looks like. And it is not just restricted that you have to follow or some number of you can only follow some number of communities. No, you can follow n number of communities, whichever you want. Follow, by follow I mean join. And whenever someone posts in this community, you will see that hey, there is a new post. Now let's go ahead into one community and we'll say Fun Friday. And this is the section which I was talking about. What all you can do is, being part of community, you can also post, you can ask question, you can start a discussion, or you can make an announcement. This announcement can will go as a notification in for all the members who are part of the community, and they will see the announcement. Next, what you can do is, these are just the formatting rich text editor. You can add images or videos, add GIFs, and also attachments, topics. If this post is relevant to a topic, so let's say I want to add a topic called. So as you can see, there was already one topic which it suggested from my topic, MAC Mac. So if this topic is, if this post is relevant to a topic, then maybe go ahead and tag it to a topic as well. Why you are tagging it to a topic? So let's say if I create a post, say, hello, welcome to this community, make a post. And I just created an announcement. If you see, and if you click on that topic, you will see all the conversations related to that topic. So this is how easy it is for you to just jump on some posts and announcements related to the topic. It is not just about following or joining the community. You can also follow your topics as well. So if you see that this whole ecosystem of Viva is linked to each other. Viva Engage, you can follow, or you can follow the topics as well. And with topics, right? Topics can have set of users wherein you can find the information, knowledge related to the topic. You can do all of that. Once you are done with the community, what next you can do here is, let's just go to one community again. There is another section apart from conversation. It is about the communities, like who are the active people who are posting. This is kind of statistics related to the community. If you click on see more, you'll see the more elaborative stats, as in the overview of active people, how they are performing, who are in non-active members, how many messages were posted, what were the reactions for that post, also question and answer. So because we are looking at the community perspective, so how many number of questions were asked, whether they were answered or not, what are the best results or best responses for the question, and the answer ratio. Probably what happens is, whenever you drop in a question, maybe some questions goes unnoticed. So that is where answer ratio is like, for how many number of questions the users answered to it. So that is the question and answer section. You can also see the more elaborative statistics for 7 days and for 28 days. And if you want to export, you can export the same stats as well for 7 days, which is a week, for a month, and for the year as well. And you can download the CSV. You'll get that. So now let's say if you are creating the community in terms of, just think about migration, or you are creating the community from something, and you have many number of users whom you want to add. So it is ideally, whenever you go to the community, let's go to the community again. Here there is another option called as import from CSV. So instead of adding individual users, understand how much time consuming it will be to add 5,000 users to this community. It is next to impossible, right? You will keep searching, you have to add them. What you can do is, instead create a CSV file and then import a CSV file, and it will add all those users to the community. So this is the bulk member addition feature. Apart from these, you can see some information about the community. If you have pinned some files or documents, you will find them here. Also, behind the scenes, so whenever you see this community resource like SharePoint, site, library, OneNote Planner, so you can straight away go and assume, not assume, you can straight away confirm that this community is created or this community is backed by a Microsoft 365 group. So when I talk about Microsoft 365 group, it is nothing but, your community is created on top of that. Hence, you are able to see the SharePoint resources. So now, whenever you go to the SharePoint site, let's see what happens. there is a site created for that community. So this is how your this behind the scenes it created an M365 team, a group for you, and this group is floated here through Graph as a community. Even if you can go to OneNote, it will have the file will be located inside that inside that group only. So, so let's just go ahead. See, this Fun Friday notebook is created for you. Also, the planner will be created. If you go to the site again, so see notebooks. This is the same notebook, Fun Friday one, which is created for you. So whenever you see the SharePoint related resources, why this is important? Because ideally there are a lot of files or documents which are shared across the community. And maybe if you're looking for something, you can directly find it in the files tab as well, and this files tab will hold all the documents. But if you still want to go ahead and check in more detail, so this is the exact thing which you see in SharePoint. You can go to the SharePoint site, you can go to the documents, you will find that here as well. See, all those documents. So whenever you see the community resource, this thing, you can straight away confirm this will have a SharePoint site as well. Coming to the next section, which is events. So community, as I mentioned, is not just about creating a social network or collaboration. You can also attend live events. So now when I mentioned about leadership corner, leadership can create Ask Me Anything. And now that Ask Me Anything can be a live webcast or a broadcast. How you can do that? You can straight away attend. So creating live event, you can create right inside your community. Let's just go ahead and check one. So see, this is the event which you can create. You can add the presenters, producers, description, whether you want to enable Q&A, and whether whatever questions they will ask, they will sit right with the event here in the events tab. So this is overall whole and soul your community page. Going straight away to your storylines. Storyline is a curated profile for me. If you can see, this is my storyline. Whether I follow some of the people or not, you will find all the posts and updates from the people you are following. This is your personalized feed. So if you go to the home feed, I will just post a GIF. Just let's add something here and post it. So this, if I go to my storyline now, it should have my feed. So it is mentioning that my storyline is at home feed. So you can also see it in the home section. Just wait for a minute to load. Ideally, it should come up. Oh, for that. Okay, I think I joined. Which one? Sorry, I thought maybe I reloaded my meeting tab. My bad. Okay, let me just go to the yeah storyline again. I was just talking about Viva Engage storylines. It should see the feed. Is my screen shared already? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So this is where your data or feeds will reside. I'm not sure why it is not showing up here. It should. Okay, it is. It is here. There was a filter which was added. Now, if you see that this was posted on Storyline, shared on Storyline, that is how you can identify whether this is part of Storyline or a community, etc. If I scroll down, we just posted another thing in the Fun Friday community. So this is posted. This was posted in the Fun Friday community, and you can just go ahead and find all the posts relevant to it. Now, apart from posts, etc., you can also ask a question. So this is where, if I just create, one question, what is Copilot? And straight away ask here. So this is how that question will look like. And whenever someone answers the most relevant details, and if that is getting most votes, so whenever I answer something, Copilot is an AI assistant tool. Let's just post this. And if you see, there are a few options called as vote and mark as the best answer. So admins can see that hey, this has got most votes, means this is the correct answer. And if I just vote and mark as best response, so always you will see this tag as best response along with it. So this is how whenever an user who is coming to the community or seeing this question for the first time, if they also have the similar queries, they can just find the best answers, something similar to what we see here. So this was whole in soul about community plus question answers, etc. Now it is a good time to go ahead and talk about Copilot. Okay, so what new Microsoft is bringing in terms of Copilot space related to Viva Engage and related to Viva. So if you can see from the screen, this is a new Microsoft Copilot dashboard. And just keep a view on this screen. I can just zoom in a bit. This is the dashboard, wherein right now this is not available, hence I can't show it live. But you can see this is majorly for your showing your insights. So when I talk about insights, it is showing the team insights, and this has two options: home and Copilot dashboard, and these are your personal insights in terms of like how well, in terms of well-being, which is how many meetings you are attending, how many productive hours you are spending in the meeting, who is the best person you are collaborating with, like most of the time collaboration with colleagues, teamwork, your manager, etc. These are your insights, and this is the Copilot dashboard. In the Copilot dashboard, if you can see, there are four tabs: readiness, adoption, impact, and sentiment. Now we'll take a look at it each one on one. But if you take a look at readiness, it gives you the detailed summary of who are the users who are using the Microsoft 365 applications, like how they are using it, at what frequency. So Teams meeting users are this much, chat users are this much, Outlook, Office. Also the licenses, like how many total number of licenses are there as part of your organization, and who all are eligible, to receive the latest updates, etc., for that particular channel. And you can also explore more, and this explore more section is just about Copilot, like how you can get started with Copilot, what are the security and privacy related documentation. As soon as you click on it, you will straight away land up to the Microsoft Launch documentation. Yeah. So this is the same thing. Copilot dashboard is purpose-built experience. It is designed to help your business leaders prepare for their rollout, understand and drive usage and adoption, and measure the impact of the investments. So these are the four things which you can do, your leaders can do from Copilot dashboard. Readiness tab, as we talked about, it provides the visibility into the technical eligibility, like related to the licensing and app usage of the Microsoft 365 app, signaling the number of users that are well positioned to benefit from Copilot. Like it will also help your users to understand that who has correct license to go ahead and use Copilot. If they don't have any correct license, like how they can go ahead and raise a request, etc. Next is adoption. So once your rollout, uh, in terms of your adoption is completed, the adoption tab will tell you how many of the people are using Copilot and where they are using it. So if you can see from the screen, let's just zoom in a bit. Okay, this is the Copilot adoption dashboard, wherein your leaders will be able to understand that, hey, these were the licenses which were assigned in terms of Copilot, how people are using it, and where Copilot is used maximum. So if you can see Teams, Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and Loop. This is where Copilot is available, but your users where they're using it maximum, and how they can transform their work in terms of Copilot. So each detailed description or detailed level of insights for the application as well is provided. So in terms of Word, people are using it for what? Like they are using it to draft, they are using it to summarize, or they are rewriting it. Similarly to for PowerPoint, they are creating the presentations or summarizing it, Outlook and Teams meetings. So these are, if you can see the user count details, you can also have actions per user details. This is so great for an organization to keep a tab on whether the licenses which are rolled out in terms of Copilot, are they getting used or not, or they are getting consumed or not, whether the money which they have spent in terms of licenses is really worth it. So this is how, through engagement, through insights, they'll be able to understand whether their end users are really using it or it is of no use. Coming to the next section, which is impact. So this is backed by Microsoft research, team, wherein the impact tab will show the potential time saving, like how Copilot helped you or a user in terms of where all it helped you in your journey in terms of productivity. So just let's zoom in a bit to see more details. So if you see in the impact, how much time was saved from Copilot, this is that section. And how Copilot helped you in transforming your work. In terms of transforming your work, it is not just about, you know, how well you are using Copilot. It is about whether your productivity has increased or not. So we are talking a lot about Copilot, but really, are you finding it worthy? Wherein when you start creating Word documents, when you're creating presentations, or if you are going through the Outlook emails, are you finding it worthy? So those all insights, like team meeting users over the past 28 days, 3,000 of them found it useful. These are the chat related information, documents, and emails, and what researchers has to say. So if you see this information, and according to the Microsoft research, what they have found out, that statistics is shown below. And these are the related information about news and research. Going to the another section called a sentiment. And as you know, it is also important to understand the perspective of the end user who is using it, and whether that has been benefited or not. So this is sentiment tab is similar to what we have seen across the different tabs. So it is helping you as an end user or your company understand these sentiments of each layer. So question is, using Copilot helps. This is kind of a survey wherein your end user just probably they are giving some suggestions or giving some uh, survey information like, hey, this is useful or not. If you always see that yes or no, right, whenever you use new features. So this is the survey information and statistics, whether Copilot helped improve productivity. So for your whole organization, this much is the percentage, and for the global benchmark, like across the Copilot ecosystem, how much is the statistics? And you can also find some detailed statistics information more. You can deep dive that through documentation. Coming to the next section, these are some of the additional insights. So now we have already talked about it. I don't want to go through this in much detail, but let's check a video of Copilot. I have to share my audio. Let me reshare that. Let me know once you can. Oh, I can't share my audio. Okay, nevertheless, let me just share my entire screen. Okay, it's up now. Rohit, can you just confirm if you are able to hear the
Yes.
voice?
Engage is a
Yeah,
modern
yeah. We can
communication
hear us.
Okay,
platform that
thanks.
leverages social concepts and multimedia content to drive engagement and two-way discussions with employees. Here on the Viva Engage homepage, you can view your feed, see upcoming events like AMAs, and even get a snapshot of trending topics and audience sentiment. This is also where leaders can start drafting a post, for example, to share out quarterly goals with their organization. With Copilot in Viva Engage, you can get assistance drafting your initial post to help your content have greater reach and engagement with employees. You can ask Copilot to suggest.
I would like to stop here and show you more things, talk about. So if you can see this portal wherein you can start and go ahead, where you were creating that content or posting it, you will find the Copilot tab panel wherein you can ask Copilot to generate the post, and you can also give some of the more context like from more recent documents, or you can pass in the attachments. As you can see, you can add attachments on top of which you want to generate the content. Let's click
Language
and
for
go
a
ahead.
post that shares your team's upcoming quarterly goals based on an existing business plan document. It starts generating the draft post and shows you a preview.
So now if you can see that it has generated the draft post for you, either you can adjust it more if you want, to generate it again. Maybe this is not the correct outcome which you are looking for, or else you can keep it.
You're in control and can edit and personalize the content along the way. You can also ask Copilot to adjust the shape of the post or its tone, for example, to make it more inspirational.
So what you can do is, whenever you're passing the prompt, make sure that you are adding the correct context. and in which tone you want to generate your response, which it is generated from AI. So as you can saw that in the prompt you did not give that, hey, generate this in a friendly tone or generate it in the more professional tone. Hence you got that suggestions that, hey, do you really want to keep this or do you want to add some tone to it as well to make it more professional or more friendly. So you can just pick that or select that suggestion and then it will reform your content into that tone. So let's see.
Images make content more impactful and engaging, and you can ask Copilot to suggest some relevant photos. Select the ones you like, and Copilot will add them to the post for you. Copilot can also suggest potential audience questions you may want to proactively address in the post, along with any relevant links.
Now, this is the utmost important part. Maybe till now, what you saw is already you would have played with Copilot as part of Microsoft, which is in Binge. You just drop in a prompt with some tone, you adjust the tone, and you get a response back from AI. You can also generate images. But here, in Viva Engage, you can add relevant images. Ask Copilot to add relevant images. Not just that, it can also tell you that, hey, for this particular post your readers may have similar questions or questions which can be erased or arise from this particular post. So do you want to give more context to that as well? So if you can see from the screen, where can employees learn more about new WPD devices? So from this post, your AI got to know that, hey, these are the couple of questions which your users may ask, and you can directly add some more information to it using this generated information itself with the reference. So let's just click OK and see. Click on add, and it is now added.
You can continue to edit and make any last changes before posting it to the team. After publishing, Viva Engage provides leaders with real-time feedback on user engagement. You get the fundamentals, like how many people have viewed, liked, or frowned your post. And you also get rich AI-driven comment summaries, trending rates, and sentiment analysis to understand how your message resonated with employees.
So this is what it gives you as an end user, wherein you can just let me go back. Yeah, wherein you can see how your post is performing, whether the comments, what your post is popular or not, how many participants have contributed to your post, and some of the key comments and response suggestions. Just like for question and answer, we see the best response, etc. So you will find almost a new view for yourself. This is how Copilot in Viva Engage will play a role in your Viva Engage going forward. So now let's go ahead. Let me just go to the tab again and share my screen. I think the view.
Sushti, last 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, sure. So I'm almost on the verge of completion. Let's just, okay. So as you can, I'm almost summarizing this what we saw in the video. So as you already saw that where all you can find Copilot in Viva Engage. One is you will have whenever you start creating or drafting posts, you will see new Copilot icon. If you click on it, you will just start. You can start creating content. You can ask Copilot to add images or relevant responses, etc. This is just what we saw in the video. Another section is anticipate replies and add responses. So based on the content, your Copilot will give you AI-driven suggestions that your users might have this queries. So do you want to add this so that you are answering the query straight up in the post as well with the references? So you can do that as well. Copilot has predicted that potential question which your readers may have. So straight away add that references. Different thing is already we checked this in from the video, like you can see a more detailed uh, analytics for your post, how engaging it is, what were the best responses, how many people participated and liked, etc. That we still get, but a more detailed elaborative format. Answers in Viva. So now, which we didn't see in the video, but whenever you want to answer, so just like you saw that question where we were answering, there as well you will see the Copilot capability when Copilot is coming to answers in Viva, so that your end users can get an additional help or additional assistant hand wherein they can add more relevant answer and Copilot can adjust the tone, etc. They can provide more clarity. This is the Copilot for your answers. I think we already covered this. Curating knowledge is easy. So, as you can see, Copilot will also help you to give a detailed summary. So, in the answers section, you can see that this is the answer summary. So, maybe there is a long chain of question and with a lot of responses. If you just want to quickly get the summary, it will give you that summary of all the answers and people answers, etc. This is the new section which will start coming up later once it is generally available. And these are the customer credits. This is the altogether new screen wherein customers will your co-pilot will give you the information about how engaging it was with your customers related to all the statistics like how did I do I purchase credits, etc. These are the customer related information. This is customer credits, hence you are able to see information related to the customer, but this is kind of automatically generated information which you will find in your Viva Engage. So, okay, I think we are on time and I've covered great insights on, Copilot. Unfortunately, this is not available as of now. So I couldn't show it live, but once it is available, I'll try my best to curate this and showcase and cover across. So hopefully this was helpful for you, and I hope you start using Viva Engage to build your personal network in your organization. And if you have any queries, you can definitely reach out to me. Thank you so much, Rohit, for moderating it, and thank you everyone for listening it so patiently.
Yeah. Thank you, Srishti. It was a nice session. Thanks a lot. So our next session